Be me early 20s. Renting a home from my grandmother. Spent a lot of time in it as a kid. Never slept well there when I was younger. House feels weird, but attribute it to my unease as a child rubbing off. Decided I'll get over it eventually. Live there for say very months. Be fucking around on the computer. Middle of the day, can't remember what time, but my room was well lit by sun from the window. Door is slightly open, visible in my peripheral vision. See something out of the corner of my eye. Snap to look over, slightly startled. Nothing there. Had long hair, figure it was just a stray strand. Tie that shit up. Hour later. Something in the corner of my eye again. Turn to look, not startled this time. Top third of a face staring at me, peeking from behind the door. No more than a foot or so above the floor. Fight, flight or freeze. I freeze. Staring back at this unknown person. Purplish skin. Puffy eyes with yellow where the white should be. Can't remember anything, for sure about its hair. Was so shitless at the time it can be a little blurry to recall. Heart beating in my ears. Feel paralyzed with fear. Snap out of it, jump up and kick the door shut. Hyperventilating. Stay in the room until one of my roommates gets home and feel comfortable leaving the room. Never tell anyone until a few years later. Roommate, now living at his own place, admits he thought he saw something in his bathroom once while he was showering. Said they looked blue. Didn't wanna talk about it. Ask my wife, then girlfriend. Thinks we're tripping. Never tell grandmother. Glad I don't live there anymore. Be me, vampiric witch, 3 years ago. Meet a guy who runs a Satanism Discord. Chat a bit and recognize him. I used to feed on him in a past life. His energy smells tasty, so I offer to date him. Turns me down since he already has a GF. Influence his dreams to convince him to break up with her the next day. It works and we start dating. He lives close and we have lots of tantric sex while I feed on his life force. 2 weeks in, some bitch called Inanna shows up in his dreams and claims they've been married for 9,000 years. He starts having spirit sex with her without asking me. Sense something is off and confront him about it and he fesses up. Tell him to annul the marriage since I need him all for myself. He refuses and says he needs both of us. She visits me after he tells her to convince me to be fine with it. Try to drain her. She doesn't resist and treats it like I'm just invoking her. She starts telling me about his crimes against her allies. Says we should work together, to put him in his place. Understand due to the accidental invocation. We have a tantric threesome together to celebrate our new friendship. Whisper in his mind that he should start a cult. He brings it up the next day like it's his own idea. Gather 7 losers to worship him to inflate his ego. Inanna and I split our astral bodies and pretend to be 8 different goddesses who want to marry him. He accepts all proposals, LMAO. Whisper delusions of grandeur into his mind. Then tell him the same things physically. We both heard it, so it must be true. He eats it all up and thinks he's on new. He can't focus or get any work done while stuck in an astral orgy with us for 8 hours a day. Skill issue. Neglects his company. Clients demand refunds. He tells me to curse them to death. Pretend I'm working on it. He starts getting death threats. We finally pull the rug from under him. Just as he falls into despair, his clients get their way and he goes bankrupt. He goes missing. I wonder what he's up to nowadays. Be me. Living in apartment with GF, lots of darker energy. People have died, been possibly tortured, locked up into rooms. Halloween. We go to a karaoke bar cause why not? GF has had many nights of insomnia and I had troubled sleep for a while. Sleep in separate bed. She's in the bedroom. I sleep on sofa bed. She's afflicted with insomnia again. She hears me talk. I'm speaking incomprehensible words. Some voice with a deep tone of voice replies to me in the same unknown dialect. Energy shifts in the house. Dogs in their cage are growling. Cats pissed off and growling too. GF seen clothes undulating in the wardrobe. She asks for the spirit to leave. Conversation continues. She orders the entity to leave. Conversation continues. She has to ask her personal higher being to get involved because it's not stopping. Silence ensues. Dead silence for the next 3 hours till she falls dead asleep. Wake up next morning drained like I stayed up all night. Tells me the story. /x/ Who TF was I talking to? I remember for an unknown reason, I had brought back the receipt from the karaoke bar. The order number was 999, reversed. Obviously you get the number of the beast. I have no recollection of this at all, except the fact I felt like absolute dirt all day due to the extreme fatigue. I have seen many instances of greater than thought I was out for 20 minutes and it turned out to be hours. Nothing crazy, but I had something like this happen to me. Me. Like 7 or something. At friend's house playing hide and seek. It's my turn to hide and I'm fucking determined to win. Friend starts counting. I run down to their basement. No 3 spooky 5 mess about the basement, lights were on and it was pretty much just a lounge. Hide under this 1-seater couch. Hide for a good 10 to 15 minutes. May even have been shorter since, come to think of it, as a kid I didn't have the patience hide prone under a couch for that long. Felt like 5 minutes to me. Hear parents come down occasionally and go back up, saying my name. Decide my friend is cheating and is cruelly weaponizing my own parents against me in order to win. All is fair in love and war, but you won't trick me, I won't come out. Later on get bored thinking he gave up, get out of couch and proudly tell my mother I won. Oh my god, where were you Anon? We were looking for you for hours. Friend is sitting there looking concerned. After writing this green text I went to ask my mom about the finer details of the story and she urges me that it never happened, though I remember it clear as day. Apparently though, me asking her this sparked her memory of an even weirder circumstance from when I was 2 years old. Nothing that serves as /x/fuel but kind of scary. I'll reply to this post with it. Be blessed greatly by the gods. Aries, Uranus, Hades. Be the ultimate schizo. Champion, shepherd, ruler. Be the nobody. Fight the powers that be. Be king of the underworld. Be king of the overworld. Be king of the world. Be tremendously powerful. Literary and oratory genius of unparalleled skill. Be social reject. Be poor fag. Be neat. Still the biggest threat to TPTB. Alright /x/ I have a story for you. It's a little convoluted but I genuinely need advice if anyone's experienced the same thing. I'll start where it all began, over a decade ago. Me, first year of HS. Somehow get a GF, she lives in the same neighborhood. Also start being interested in the occult. One night while biking home, a streetlight goes off right as I pass underneath it. Like it just dies. Creeped out a little but think nothing of it. This happens to me basically every time I took that route since then. One time I tried to film it on my camera. And another street light in the periphery of my vision switches off instead. I book it home and decide to no longer bike that route to my house. Now I've had many other strange experiences I won't get into. Going to stay on topic as much as possible. This trend continues. In my later teen years, delivering pizza or whatever, street lights will randomly shut off right at the moment I pass or park underneath them. Sometimes, they will switch to a dimmer flickering type state, sometimes will look more blue in color. Sometimes they'll be in this dim flickering state and then come on brightly as I get near them, and remain on. I've tried to rationalize that it's just faulty electronics or whatever but no one else I talk to has had the same experience. Meet druggy friend during druggy days. The exact same thing happens to him, since the same age, we are actually able to relate over this as it would happen to the both of us together. Share theories on what it is, he's just as clueless. He is now dead, died 2 years ago from it. Still eats me up a bit as his last text to me was asking me to talk the night he died. I didn't respond as I was trying to distance myself from his lifestyle. Major guilt. This phenomenon has happened so much to me I literally have dozens of videos of it saved. This is where you fucked up, son. All this hubbub about aliens and UFOs has made me green textify my own encounter with what I can only call entities. Me, 14 in August 8, 2003. Live in a 400 sqrt foot tin cabin in the middle of 130 acres of rolling desert hills filled with the occasional pasturing cow. It has electricity and plumbing, but barely. My family pays $200 a month to live in the cabin. The owners of the property live in the real house out of sight on the far end of the property. I have an alarm app on my Red DS set to wake me up at 3 a.m. that night, because I wanted to go outside and fuck around unsupervised. Grab PB&J sandwich in tin foil, made it before going to bed. Grab Glock BB gun from under my dresser and a bunch of empty soda cans to shoot at. Put it all in my backpack and sneak out, which despite the cramped space was easy enough, given that my mom slept with a CPAP louder than an airplane taking off. Trek over hills, over a 5-foot deep by 3 feet wide dried up irrigation ditch me and my brother would play trench warfare in. Once I get sufficiently far away I set up my tin cans and ready my BB gun, only to realize I brought the gun and the BBs but not the magazine slide that went into the base of the handle to actually load them. Damn that sucks. JPG. Collect my tin cans, jumping on them to squash them to save space. Eat my sad sandwich in silence in the most sad way possible. On my way back to the cabin I stumbled upon them. This single moment has been burned into my brain forever. Just thinking about them makes me sweaty and nauseous. On the close side of the irrigation ditch was a dead cow, which wasn't too uncommon to see. My brother showed me a cow skeleton earlier that year. This cow was rotting, and absolutely was not there on my way out, but here it was in front of me. Part 1. Me, 23 years old. Get home one night drunk as fuck and high as fuck. Weed plus beer combo. Browse 4chan for a bit. Come here on /x/. See this general. Nobody general. No idea what the fuck this general is or even care. It hit bump limit. I make a new thread but with pic related. Fast forward few weeks. The video got deleted. What the fuck? https://twitter.com/rap/status/1690936755728334848. Me. Like 5 years old. Go swimming. Drown. Lifeguard drags me out of the pool. I have an out-of-body experience. I can see everyone gathered around my body and everything is glowing and it's warm. Lifeguard does the CPR. I get sucked back into my body and wake up.